Coach, what type of pace do you expect out of a game like tonight with two pretty fast-paced teams?
Well, you would think it'd be up and down. We like to run, they like to run. You know, it's both teams like to take the ball out of bounds quickly after a make, so you know, it should be up and down. See who's in the best shape.
Jeff, how's integrating Isaiah gone for you guys first?
Well, it's an adjustment for everybody. You know, in our rotations, you know, we still have Gerald Green that you know, gives us some great minutes. So that's really 4 guys at the 1 and 2 spot. That, you know, some nights when Gerald and Isaiah are playing well, then it's tough to get your starters back in there. So there's some of that, and the guys also have to, Eric and Goran and Isaiah all have to, you know, learn a little bit more to play off the ball. We're trying to swing the ball from side to side, you know, so that it gets in both guys' hands. But you know, sometimes they're on the same side of the court, and I think that sometimes they're wondering, well, what exactly I do? I don't have the ball in my hand. So they're still working on that, and we'll get better.
As unique as it is for you to have 3 really good guards on offense, how unique is it for the Celtics, when Marcus Smart is healthy, obviously, to have 3 really good defensive guards?
Well, you know, that's it. You know, when you got guys out there that can, you know, run an offense, and you got guys that can play defense, you know, it helps. You know, that's the first line of defense is the guards. You know, if they're putting pressure on guys, you know, if you have post-up guys, it's harder to make post-up passes and entry passes. So, you know, that's probably a good thing they have, that they got these guys that can really play defense.
Coach, last year you were kind of surprised. This year, you're not surprising anybody anymore. How is you adjusted in terms of mindset?
Well, you know, our guys realize that we're not going to sneak up on anybody. We didn't really sneak up on anybody after about the first 30 games last year anyway. So, you know, it was in the beginning where, you know, some of these teams who maybe didn't have a great year last year are coming out and you know, really playing as hard as they can. And whether they're looking at, you know, kind of what we did last year in terms of turning things around, you always can pick a team from the year before and say, hey, that team did it, we can do it too. And you know, our guys have to realize that, you know, we got to that level last year just by scratching and clawing, playing with a little chip on our shoulders that nobody believed that we could be any good, and we got to get that back. They can't go into games just thinking they're going to win.
Has that been a problem?
No. Our problem is just, you know, we're 5-5, so you know, it's no reason to jump off a bridge yet or anything. But you know, our biggest thing is consistency. We have great quarters and we have terrible quarters, and we have, you know, one night our starters are playing great and the bench is not good. Then the other night the bench is playing great and the starters aren't playing good. So we just got to get that consistent full 48-minute game, and then we'll be pretty good.
Sounds a lot like the Celtics. Do you see similarities between the two teams?
Yeah, you know, again, the styles are the same, and sometimes that leads to it. You know, you got great guards on both sides of it. You know, I think the little difference in our team and with theirs this year is their bigs are a little more outside shooters. You know, and Olenek and even Sullinger can make that, you know, 20-footer. You step on and shoot the occasional 3, but you know, our centers aren't 3-point shooters, and Markeith can make some, but you know, he's not firing up like maybe we had last year. So there's a little difference there.
What makes Isaiah Thomas and Gerald Green click when they're playing together?
Well, you know, I think they know each other's game. You know, they have to be honest with Gerald, and you know, kind of really key on him, and that opens up for Isaiah. You know, and then vice versa. If Isaiah's going well, then, you know, there's really no help when Gerald comes off those screens. So the combination of those two guys have been pretty good.
Has Gerald been able to excel in that role that you've had him?
Yeah. You know, it's tough on him too. He started 35 games for us last year, and you know, now his minutes may be down by the 20 range, and you know, he's kind of our instant offense guy that when we put him in there, we you know, we run stuff for him and try to see if we can get him going, because when he gets going, you know, it's lights out sometimes. So you know, he's like our other guys, he's adjusting to.
How do you think they've had adversity in games? Like the other night, there was a lot of technicals, and there's been a lot through the first few games.
Well, I think that was the first game we really got technicals. You know, the calls weren't exactly going our way that night, so you know, and they were getting a little frustrated. They tried to make a comeback and thought they had a, you know, we weren't quite close enough yet, but there was a big call there, and that started it when, you know, we had cut a 23-point lead to 10 and could have cut it to 8. And so yeah, you know, these guys are competitors. They want to. Sometimes they get emotional about it, but yeah, it's not that big a deal.
Coach, how do you teach a good home team to become a good road team?
Well, for me, it's, you know, playing the same way, the same style. If you're, you know, a lot of teams in the league, you know, fast break a lot more at home than they do on the road. They get a little tentative maybe. I thought we were pretty good last year as a road team because we played the same way. You know, we want to, you know, if you're a team that shoots 25 three-pointers a game at home, you should shoot 25 on the road. So, you know, it's just keeping that same style that you play at home.
Beyond him just getting healthier, what have you seen from Alex Len developing from last year to this year?
Well, Alex is still young. You know, he just turned 21 years old, I think, and you know, he missed a lot of last year with the injury. But he's a guy that studies tape. You know, he's constantly watching the synergy clips, and trying to learn from other guys. You know, he's during the game, he's watching guys from, you know, not only our team but the other team. So, you know, he's a great student of the game, and that's what's going to make you better is when you see this stuff over and over, either on tape or you know, experiencing it on the court is even better. But you know, as long as you're doing some of that other stuff, when you get in there, it makes it easier. And he's a good all-around player. He can pass. He's got a good IQ of the game, and looks good for him in the future.
From what you've seen, Coach, how, you know, impressed have you been with the Celtics? You know, fast-paced, playing an efficient offense. Despite the fact they really haven't shot the ball from three-point range very well.
Well, they're moving the ball well. You know, they're passing it. They're not holding it and trying to go one-on-one. You know, if they have the shot, they're taking it. If they're not, they're making a quick pass. And you know, that you know, is something that if you get your guys to do, everybody gets their shots. Everybody gets an opportunity to drive it and score. And you know, you know, obviously with Rajon being healthy, makes a big difference from, you know, what they were last year when he was not in there, because he really controls everything. And you know, if he's got the ball in his hands, you know, you're running for layups or open shots if you can just get open, because he'll find you. So you know, I think that the other guys, their antennas go up when he gets the ball because they know they could possibly get it if they get open.
Jeff, you played with Stockton. What's it like playing with a pass-first point guard that seems to know exactly where you like the ball? I mean, how good of a feeling is that to run the floor and know I need to just get here? Yeah,
you know, the difference is when defensively guys are pretty good. You know, they always say NBA defenses aren't that good, but that's because the offensive players are so darn good. But, you know, saying that, you're only open for certain times. You know, you're only open for that split second. And if you got a point guard that gets you the ball at that time, then you get a nice in-rhythm shot. You know, if you're late on decisions and get you the ball at the wrong time, then it's tough to get a shot. So those guys like Stockton and Rondo and these guys who, you know, put it in your hands at the right time to shoot it, makes it easier for you.
Is this I know, knowing it's one game at a time, is this a big, looking at this trip?
Well, you know, when you go on the road, it's a chance for the guys to kind of come together. You know, you have 15 guys who don't necessarily have the family distractions, any of that stuff from at home. Then you just get out there, focus on basketball, and you know, maybe take care of certain things that maybe you weren't doing prior to that as a team. And that's an opportunity for us with these next 5 games here to you know, maybe get some of that togetherness and maybe get going a little bit.